Tehran hosts the second edition of an international gathering of parliament speakers from Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan, Turkey, China and Russia on the fight against terrorism and expansion of inter-regional ties. Tehran and Islamabad have pledged to reinforce cooperation in fighting terrorism, given that both have been victims of terrorist attacks over the past years. In a meeting with Pakistan's National Assembly Speaker Asad Kaiser in Tehran, Iran's Parliament Speaker Ali Larijani said that terrorist groups had caused damage to many countries in the region and should therefore be countered through a joint action by all. Larijani also called for boosting parliamentary, economic, trade, tourism and counter-terrorism ties between Iran and Pakistan. Kaiser, who has travelled to Iran to attend the second conference of parliament speakers from Afghanistan, China, Iran, Pakistan, Russia and Turkey on the challenge of terrorism and inter-regional connectivity, thanked Iran for hosting the event and voiced regret about the Chabaha terrorist attack. Pakistan feels honoured to have brotherly relations with Iran, he said, expressing Islamabad's resolve to develop trade ties with Tehran. Kaiser also underscored the need for developing relations between the two nations, saying Pakistan wants the eradication of terrorism, which requires enhanced cooperation. Elsewhere in his remarks, Larijani hoped that Iranian forces still held by Pakistan-based terrorists would be freed as soon as possible through cooperation with the Pakistani government. During a visit to an exhibition of the Iran Navy achievements, Deputy Chief of the Army for Coordination, Rear Admiral Sayari, unveiled the scheme for the new homegrown vessel, dubbed the Safine project. The Iranian trimaran will have low hydrodynamic resistance in high velocities, have appropriate hydrostatic balance and enjoy a large deck twice as big as a single-hull vessel of the same tonnage. With a speed of above 40 knots, the military vessel could be employed in guerrilla warfare on the coast and for rapid reaction operations. A prototype of the Iranian trimaran has been produced to test solidity and hydrodynamic performance of its lateral structure. Iranian military experts and technicians have in recent years made great headways in manufacturing a broad range of indigenous equipment, making the armed forces self-sufficient in arms spear. The Deputy Commander of Iranian Army for Coordination said Iran can conclude the best mission in the sea with the facilities at its disposal. At the beginning of the revolution, the enemies thought that Iranians could not use modern naval equipment, but we found that thanks to a dedication of naval personnel, these equipment was put on work and we were able to master the sea at a fast pace. Admiral Habibullah Sayari said on the sidelines of the visit to the Naval Forces Capabilities Exhibition. He noted our youths in the Navy also were able to supply the ammunition and the required parts, and we did the maintenance of weapons. The Deputy Commander of Iranian Army for Coordination added, despite the enemy's pressures for portraying us as unable to produce equipment, we have reached a point where we can update our equipment. Admiral Habibullah Sayari said, in the supply of the needed equipment, we have put the most advanced possibilities at work and we can have the best kind of mission in the sea with these facilities. The second International Congress of Iranian and European Heart Physicians is underway at the Razavi Hospital in Mashhad, Khorasan, Razavi Province. Head of Iran Cardiovascular Society, Dr. Faridan Nohi said, the second Iran-Europe CTO Caspian meeting in two very important areas of congenital, structural and valve diseases, as well as chronic obstruction of the vessels, is held at Razavi Hospital, a subsidiary of Astan Quds Razavi, in December. Stating that the main cause of death in our country is cardiovascular diseases, he added, congenital heart diseases and healthcare in this area, which is recently undertaken by Iranian experienced physicians through non-surgical procedures, is the main subject of the reports and lectures of Caspian International Congress. In fact, the activities now underway at the Congress have already been done through surgery and now through the skin as a semi-invasive or non-surgical invasive procedures. The importance of this Congress is its educational aspects for young Iranian cardiologists, since prominent professors from more than 20 countries of the world, along with experienced Iranian professors, will participate in the Congress and train the participants live, Dr. Nohi stated. The cardiologists, arguing that more than 600 individuals have registered to attend the Congress, expressed lateral symposia on devices such as cardiovascular nursing, heart diseases, and specific imaging of the embryonic heart, each of which alone necessitates major congresses, will be discussed in the scientific program under those two main topics that will be applicable to all participants. The 14th round of negotiations on China-Japan-South Korea Free Trade Area was held in Beijing. Chinese Vice Minister of Commerce Wang Xiaowen, Japanese Senior Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs Kazuyuki Yamazaki, and South Korean Deputy Minister for Trade Negotiations Yo Myung-hee took part in the negotiation. Wang Xiaowen, who is also a key player in China-US trade talks, expressed his concerns over the world economy. 2018 is a challenging year for multilateralism and free trade. With protectionism and unilateralism resurging, the multilateral trading system is under threat and the global economy is facing risks and uncertainties, said Wang. He also urged the three countries to accelerate talks on free trade area. They have good reason to believe it is time for the three countries to accelerate the China-Japan-South Korea negotiations. China, Japan, South Korea are close neighbors and complementary in industry strength. Further opening up market through a free trade agreement will enable more efficient allocation of resources among the three economies. China, Japan, South Korea FTA negotiations were launched in November of 2012. The 6 J-10 fighters with the Chinese People's Liberation Army Air Force August 1st aerobatics team recently conducted flight trainings in North China's Tianjin municipality, dragging plumes of colorful smoke over the local Huanggaiguan Great Wall. The training was conducted in an effort to further improve the team's aerobatic skills amid the local canyon terrain. The squad was flying at a very low altitude in the canyons, and there were endless mountains on both sides. Such visual impact can greatly affect the pilot. And according to pilot Jiang Jinquan, they have gotten used to flying in formation at a very low altitude, so they are very familiar with the complex terrain, airflow, and meteorological conditions. During the training, the squad was confronted with great challenges such as low temperatures and complex turbulence, which required the squad to stay focused to avoid collision with mountains and canyons. Wang Sui-song, another pilot with the aerobatics team, said skill improvement was not the only thing he gained from the training. The training was filled with excitement and pride when the 6 aircrafts, dragging trails of colored smoke, flew over the Great Wall, both the symbol of the Chinese nation and the landmark of the country. The J-10, with its featured pair of Carnates and delta wing, is the first supersonic third-generation fighter designed and manufactured by Chinese indigenous technologies. Established in 1962, the August 1st aerobatics team has staged more than 600 aerobatic performances for over 700 delegations from 168 countries and regions. A theme park built by Paramount Pictures, the maker of such Hollywood blockbusters like the Mission Impossible franchise, will open near Incheon International Airport for the first time outside of the United States. The construction for an integrated resort will begin next year. The resort, featuring a K-pop exclusive concert hall, a 5-star hotel, a casino, and a convention center, is scheduled to open in June of 2022. Inspire, established by American gaming company MGE, is to invest 2.8 trillion won in the multi-phase integrated entertainment project. The Incheon International Airport Corporation will provide its full support with land in the International Business District, infrastructure and administrative procedures. Once the resort opens its doors, the vast complex is expected to create jobs, energize the tourism industry and bring various benefits to the area. The Incheon International Airport Corporation are expecting to see about 10,000 new jobs and around Korean-won 20 trillion in additional economic effects. With the opening of the huge multifunctional resort, Incheon International Airport is expected to stand shoulder to shoulder with such world-class airport cities like Singapore. The annual 2018 Seoul International Invention Fair, Asia's largest global invention exhibition, has kicked off in the South Korean capital with Iran's participation. The event displayed works offered by 6 Iranian inventors, while the active presence of the Iranian president of the International Federation of Inventors Association showed Iran's determination to become a major science hub. The co-winner of this year's Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, Japanese immunologist Tasuku Honjo, has said that cancer will no longer be a life-threatening disease around the world by the year 2030. Honjo made the comment in his Nobel Lecture. He is sharing this year's prize with Professor James Allison of the University of Texas. More than 1,000 people attended Honjo's lecture at the Karolinska Institute. He talked about the various people who had inspired him to conduct research on the immune system. Honjo won the award for his discovery of a protein that functions as a brake on the immune system. The finding has been crucial in the development of immunotherapy, which is considered the 4th generation of cancer care following surgery, radiation and chemotherapy. The Nobel Lecture is a tradition that's been in place since 1901.
For elderly people, you can keep...
A large exhibition showcasing eco-friendly products and services has opened in Tokyo. More than 500 companies and organizations from across Japan have put up new products. One exhibitor from central Japan is presenting a house using polystyrene foam. It is well insulated and allows the use of air conditioning to be cut back. And a solar power system firm in Tokyo is displaying a portable solar panel that weighs just 2 kilograms. A visitor said, "I hope the problem of global warming improves." Technology is the key for small and medium-sized enterprises to integrate more deeply with the world. And Vietnam climbed 2 places in the Global Innovation Index 2018 run by the World Intellectual Property Organization. This symbol was approved by Osteopathy Australia, a member of Osteopathic International Alliance, to be stuck on Vietnamese Kim Dan rubber mattresses. The certification of the product's ability to support osteopathic treatment has been unprecedented for products in Asia during Osteopathy Australia's 60 years of operation. However, this success belongs to only 10% of enterprises who manage to meet international standards. Mark Quoc Ang, Vice Chairman, Secretary of Hanoi SMEs Association, said Vietnamese small and medium-sized enterprises only have medium-term vision, but not long-term vision. They have not invested enough in science and technology. They also do not have enough manpower in R&D. And according to reports, nearly 60% of technologies used by Vietnamese enterprises are more than 6 years old. This is considered low compared to the average level around the world. In Ho Chi Minh City, only 1/4 of enterprises operating in 12 industrial parks can invest in technology to join the global market. However, they need capital, infrastructure and human resources. Dao Antoine, head of the Vietnamese Chamber of Commerce and Industry's legal department, said small and medium-sized enterprises meet many difficulties in accessing land resources. Local authorities have industrial parks, but only big and FDI firms can access them. Sebastian Eckhart, World Bank's leading economist for Vietnam domestic enterprises, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, said the country needs to connect more closely with FDI enterprises. Technology from developed markets such as the US, South Korea, Japan or the EU only account for 32% used in Vietnam, 18% of which date back to before 2005. Innovation is said to be the only way for made-in-Vietnam products to make a stand in the global market.